What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Night, and this time around we are playing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for the PlayStation 1. So Harry Potter and me, we kind of don't get along very well. I don't like Harry Potter. I read the first book, I watched the first movie. Didn't really care for them. I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, you only watched the first movie and read the first book. Maybe you should give it another try. Nah, I won't. I gave it a first try. I mean, there's cool stuff that they do. It's not until later on when the kids, the actors like Daniel Radcliffe and all that stuff are older that they take it into more of a darker tone and stuff like that. But that first movie just made me feel like I just watching a kids movie, and all that stuff. But you gotta remember, around that time too, Lord of the Rings was a big deal as well. So for me, Lord of the Rings was like what I was watching, because you gotta remember, when Harry Potter came out, I was a teenager, actually probably a high schooler at that point in time. I was in like junior high-ish when the books probably for Harry Potter came out. But then when the movies started coming out, I was in high school and all that stuff. So I was just like, nah, I'm good. I'll stick with Lord of the Rings because it's more adult-oriented and stuff like that. But yeah, let's get into the game. So this is the very first time they did a Harry Potter game. This is, I think it's based off the first movie. I think, well, at least with the designs and stuff like that, or as best as you can, because it's a PlayStation 1 game. It's probably why they redid the Sorcerer's Stones for the PS2. But yeah, the game is based off the movie because of the designs of the characters. They don't look like the book characters. They look more like the movie versions of the characters. But yeah, this game is very, very, like, I think it got a decent score, but to me it looks horrible. I mean, you gotta remember, we had Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3. I mean, they don't look great either nowadays. But compared to this, those were like masterpiece in graphics design and all that stuff too. This game, the models and everything like that, they look horrible. Hagrid is the most terrifying of everybody because like his beard just fuses to his face essentially. I was like, is that just your mouth, just your beard, type of situation. It's horrible. Harry, for the controls, Harry seems to just pretty much just slide everywhere and float around and all that shit. The one good thing I like about the controls is when you're battling and you're using spells, it has a lock-on feature. That comes in handy. That was a smart move to do, a lock-on feature for this game when it comes down to casting spells and stuff like that. So that was very smart of them. Pretty much go around Hogwarts doing quests and stuff, slowly progressing through the story as well, because you have side missions and shit like that where you collect beans and stuff like that for people. Like earwax beans and weird ass shit, the flavored jelly beans essentially. But as you progress, you probably get more of the story and stuff, yada yada yada. I remember my my brother at the time. Well, he's still my brother, but when I say my brother at the time, it means because I have two other brothers. I'm trying to figure out if one of them was born at this time, which he was. So Troy was born, so he was already born. So yes, so this would be my middle brother, Trevor. I I remember him having this game. I think I was helping him a couple times on it. I kind of like got into it for a little bit, but that's because there wasn't. I mean, we had
Come on, Harry.
you know,
Let's
there was a
find
lot
Edward.
of good games out there, but
Well,
this is like the newest
Is it
thing.
just
So
the famous
I kind of got
Harry
into it
Potter?
because it was a
I'm
platformer, and
Draco
I love
Malfoy,
platformers.
and
You
you
know,
do
I love my
well to
Mario
show me
Brothers and
respect.
stuff like that. So
Looking
I was
for
kind of
that
getting
owl
into
of
it, and then
yours?
I kind of
How
just like,
careless. Go
whatever.
home to your mother,
Afterwards,
Potter.
and never played it
Oh,
again
sorry.
until just now when I own this copy because I got it from a Goodwill, and I was like, hey, I'll make a
He's a
video out
nasty
of it.
piece
Why
of
not?
work. Just ignore him.
But yeah,
Us Gryffindors should stick together.
music's okay. It's like music from the movie and stuff like that, so they got that
Come on,
going
Harry,
for it. At least with PlayStation, they do have good ways
go.
of doing music. Imagine if they tried to do this on like the NES or the Atari or
Follow
something
me.
like that. Imagine if Harry Potter was that old to be on an Atari console.
To jump,
Imagine trying to
just
do the
approach
music
the edge
then.
and keep pressing
It
forward.
would sound horrible. NES could probably do it, but it sound really 8-bit. The one that could probably do the music the
There's
best
another
would be
feather.
like the Super
I'll double
Nintendo.
back and watch the entrance.
For sure.
You better go on and rescue
Maybe the
Hedwig.
Genesis, but Genesis kind of lacks in the department of the music. Genesis always had like the better games, like Mortal Kombat with the blood and stuff like that. But for me, I always thought the Genesis version of Mortal Kombat sucked compared to the Super Nintendo version because it just looked better. I'm forgetting. Don't worry about the blood and all that stuff. You're like, oh well, the blood makes it better. Blah blah blah. But yeah, pretty much I would say the Super Nintendo could probably do the Harry Potter music. I mean, they did Star Wars music and stuff like that, and it sounded great on the Super Star Wars game. So, but could you just imagine if like Harry Potter was like big then during those times for those consoles, and how they would try to do the music and the gameplay and stuff like that for the game? It's just a weird concept. It's like you guys were lucky that it came out during the PlayStation era and then PS2 and so forth. So probably the only way I'm gonna get into Harry Potter is when I play the Lego collection I have for the PS4, because I like I'm a weirdo and I like the Lego games, but I also like completing them and getting 100% on achievements and all that stuff. So yeah, I did buy that, so I have that. And that's probably the only way I'm going to learn about the story of Harry Potter, through Legos. But anyways, guys, this has been an episode of Retro Night, and we're playing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Is it a good game? Yeah, it's mediocre. It's not a bad game, it's not a good game. It's worth something. I mean, if you like Harry Potter, play it. Good for you guys. I'm not going to knock anybody for it. Well, I still think Harry Potter sucks. But you guys can have your opinion on it. If you guys like it, that's awesome. I mean, I like Lord of the Rings. Most of you Harry Potter fans will knock us for that. They're like, oh, walking, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's both about magic and stuff, so, hey, whatever. Anyways, guys, Retro out.
Hello again. Did you notice that those poisonous snails twinkle? Things that twinkle can be affected. This is a movie, Jinx. Well, you've made it this far. Now take a look at this. A tall Jinx block like this one needs a charged Flipendo knockback Jinx to cast a charged knock.
Flipendo! Flipendo! Flipendo!
I'm Neville Longbottom. Malfoy led me down here and then ran through a secret passage with an owl. Now I'm trapped by these enchanted books. I've lost my wand, so I can't use the R1 button to point your wand at the flying books. The lever is around here somewhere. There! A charged Flipendo knockback jinx might free Hagrid from those bars. Keep the cross button held down to cast one.
Flipendo!
I see you rescued Hedwig. She was eager to get out, so I opened the door for her. That'll teach Malfoy to mess with us.
Hi, I'm Neville. I'm in Gryffindor too. Harry helped me escape from some flapping books.
Nice to meet you, Neville. Come on, Harry, let's go.